In this film, we are going to talk about 10 different types of material used for engineering. My first material is aluminium. Aluminium comes from bauxite, which can be found a few meters under the ground. Bauxite is the main resource of aluminium. It consists of mineral bauxite, biometry, and diaspora. They take bauxite and place it in the grinder. Then alumina is separated from bauxite by a refining process. Then the powder is left is called pure alumina. Alumina is transferred to aluminium by electricity is running between a negative cathode and a positive anode, both made of carbon, to melt aluminium with 660 degrees Celsius. The anode reacts with the oxygen in the alumina and form liquid aluminium, and then it's cast into extrusion ingots. For a shape it will be used. Aluminium is a pure metallic alloy and non-ferrous. It's waterproof, lightweight, and durable. Aluminium can be used in cars, planes, leather, and chairs because it's easy to process. My second material is bronze. Bronze is made of four metals: copper, tin, zinc, and lead. Bronze consists of 88% copper, 7% tin, and 5% lead. Mixing all of these metals into a heater with a high temperature of 950 degrees Celsius to melt the metal so it becomes bronze. After that, the bronze liquid is cooled into a shapes for use. Bronze is a compound, alloy, metallic, and non-ferrous, and not good at conducting electricity, but it's a lightweight and man-made. Bronze is found in bells, valves, gears, and statuary. My next material is plastic. Plastic is made of raw materials, styrene, and mixed with chemicals like phenol formaldehyde. Starting to mix styrene monomers to enjoy together in stir tanks with other chemicals. Then monomers will change into polymers and heated carefully into vessel. A liquid, a liquid plastic is dropped along a tube with a screw-shaped extruder and then shaped it into what product they will use it. Plastic is a compound, non-metallic, non-ferrous, and so poor in conducting electricity and heat, but it's waterproof, lightweight, and man-made. Plastic is used for bottles, plastic bag, and many things.
And now it's time to talk about copper. The melting point of this material is 1085 Celsius. Copper ore is rarely found and comes in small amounts in rocks alongside with steel, and yes, it is recyclable. And it is an alloy, non-ferrous, and a compound. Good conductor for electrical current and heat, produced as electrical wires and cooking pots. Making copper ore. It comes in two kinds: iron oxide based or sulfide based. So, for making them, they irrigate the rock with a diluted sulfuric solution over months. Copper solutions drains into a pond. They add anesthetic solution to increase the concentration. It's now 99.9% pure. That's important if it's going to be used as an electrical production. And now it's time to talk about zinc. The melting point of this material is 420 Celsius, and it is a recyclable material. It can be used, and you can see it in batteries, and you can use it in medical uses. It is only found as a chemical compound, not as a pure zinc, and can be used as a raw material for casting and coating. Zinc is used for galvanizing steel against corrosion. You can see it in batteries and other electrical application, and it is a recyclable material. The material is dug from underground mines. The ore occurs as zinc sulfide, and sometimes it's found with silver and lead ores. The manufacturing process takes 6 steps. Mining, fourth floating, is used for reduced silver and lead ores. Filtering is to lose the oil and water. Smeltering separates zincs out of the lead and it drains off the top. Refining gets the iron off and gets pure zinc. And alloying. Now I'm going to talk about rubber. We can find rubber in stock of trees or oil. Sometimes it can be recyclable and it's a polymer. There are two kinds of rubber, natural rubber and the synthetic rubber. The natural rubber can be found in trees and it's affected greatly by the surrounding climate. When it's cold, it becomes stiff and brittle. And when it is warm, it can be malleable and sticky. Synthetic rubber is a man-made material. It's made of two gases, betadine and serine. By mixing them and adding soap suds, the product is created. Rubber is good for making tires because of its durability. Stainless steel is a composition of iron, carbon, and chromium. It is recyclable material and it's a ferrous alloy. You can find it in surgical equipment, watches, and forks. They recycle old stainless steel to make the new ones. They put a lot of scrap steel into a furnace alongside with chrome or nickel alloys for adding strength and rust proofing. Electrodes heat it to the melting point, and that the melting point is 1510 Celsius. Then they splash it with argon gas and oxygen. Then they can cut it into pieces.
5% of the Earth's crust contain iron. Iron is metallic and ferrous. Iron ore can be found in the nature as two shapes, hematite and magnetite. The process of making iron is getting the iron ore from the mines, crush it into small pieces and put it in the furnace to reach out the melting point of the iron 1500 Celsius degrees to get rid of the slags that float in the surface to get the pure iron. To use it in the production of bridge steels, structure building, use it in body of cars and doors. Iron can be a good conductor of electricity and heat, having normal thermostability, and it is tough and it is heavy. Now it is the time to talk about the steel. Steel is an alloy made of iron and carbon. It is ferrous metallic compound. The process of making steel is bringing the iron ore and crush it to small pieces and put it in the furnace to reach 1500 Celsius degrees to make it molten and to separate the slags from the iron. After that, they adding some percentage of oxygen to reduce the percentage of carbon in this melting iron to reach 0.5 to 1.5 percentage of carbon in the iron. After that, it can be shaped in any way you want to use it, maybe in bridge cables or structure building. The steel is more tough and having a high ability strength than the iron. It is man-made, it's having high thermostability, and it is really heavy. Lead is chemical element exists in the nature as gallium and sulfide lead in mines under the ground. The lead have simple process to made up. After mining, it is floating to separate the waste from it in tanks by adding water and oil. After that, it is heated in furnace by 800 Celsius degrees. Then it is moving to other furnace to get rid of monodioxide, to get the pure molten lead, to put it in alloys weight 1 tons, to use it in other manufacture uses such as batteries and fishing tools and pencils and screens of computer and TV. Lead is non-metallic alloy, non-ferrous, and it is heavyweight, and it is resistive to corrosion, waterproof, and having low conductor to electricity.